Jimmy, absolutely lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to
Real
meet you. Pleasure.
Now,
Thank
I would
you.
say you've had the most brilliant career, but I should say careers.
I'm not that old yet.
No, you're still having a fabulous career. Careers, because you're a businessman, you're a singer, you're an actor, you're an artist. How on earth do you fit it all in?
I don't know, but you need to be around me more often. You make me feel good about myself.
I'm sure I don't need to do that. How do you fit it all in there?
I think you just do one thing at a time, and you pick and choose things that fill your life with fun and excitement, things that push you.
Because the business side of things is a really important part of your life as well, isn't it?
It has been, but I have to be truthful. I mean, I grew up an entertainer. I started performing when I was 3 on the old Andy Williams shows, and you know, performed live with people like Sinatra and others. And you tell people those stories, they don't believe you, but it's true. I've had just the most amazing path that way. And I was trained to be an entertainer, and I love it. And performing in Chicago is the ultimate for me because it's classy, it's sexy, it's fun. You get to sing songs that are just in your face, energy, and people love it. And to be a part of that is cool.
It is a fabulous show.
Great show.
You, of course, are Billy Flynn. Tell us a little bit about Billy Flynn and your character.
Well, Billy Flynn is an attorney, and he gets these girls out of trouble that will do anything for celebrity.
He's pretty slick, isn't he?
It's very slick. And you know what? The storyline is true, and what's funny is we haven't progressed much as people because you can go to the grocery store and see the same stories happening today. And for me, Billy Flynn is fun because in my other life, I do represent other artists, and I do help situations happen.
And you have got your business interests.
Yeah,
so
it's fun to channel both of those
you're
things.
24/7 then, so you're acting 1 minute and the next minute you're on the phone doing business.
Yeah, but that's fun. You know, I enjoy the variety of all of it. And what's cool, you know, I got to the point where I was representing other artists and doing commercial production and television production, and it got overwhelming because I stopped caring about the people I was working for. And I kind of focused these last several years on the people I love the most, which has been my brothers and my sister. And probably the most fulfilling thing happened the beginning of this year, really, was this 50th anniversary tour.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah,
what
we did the world
like?
tour. It was amazing. You know, it first started with a concert that I filmed for television for a special in Las Vegas. And it went so well that we said, hey, let's try a Wembley date. And it sold out in an hour. And so we kept going, and you know, we sold about 80,000 tickets in the period of just a few weeks.
And do you still get that buzz when you perform together?
Oh, it was amazing. The last show we did here was the O2 Arena, and it was bittersweet because, you know, we realized that it was the last time all 7 of us would perform together. And you know, I have huge respect for my brothers and my sister and the work that they've, because there'd be no opportunities for me personally if it wasn't for what they had sacrificed for. And to give back like that and be part of the deal that allowed them to have one more last hurrah together was thrilling and fulfilling.
And it's in the blood. As you said before, you've been doing this since you were 3 years old, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the UK, we love you in 1972 performing Long-Haired Lover from Liverpool.
Oh yeah, that will never die.
Yeah, it will never die.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the song still. Everybody, all ages.
Used to bug me because
This
it wasn't the
does
only
it.
hit I ever had,
Yeah.
but it was one of those that just stuck, and it was the first, I guess, the youngest person to ever have a number
You
one
were,
record.
yeah.
And I left it out of the set when we played Wembley, and everybody got so mad that the
You had
entire
to sing.
audience, the whole arena started singing it. And I realized it wasn't about me. It was about people remembering their memories. And my job as an entertainer is to deliver and take them back in time. And the moment
So
I
you
got
had
over
to sing
myself,
it.
I realized that this is fun. I would much rather have that backstory and history with people than not.
Yeah.
And now I look at, you know, performing every night in Chicago. I look at such a huge cross-section of people, from grandma that remembered you from the TV shows to a teenager that's experiencing your music for the first time. And I realized that what a great life, what a great opportunity.
Well, you're in Stoke at the moment. You're coming to Birmingham as well. You know,
Yeah.
you're all over the place, aren't you? Doing all sorts
All
of
over the
things. Well, you
place.
will be all over the
Yeah.
UK. It's touring production. Do you get to see much of the town, cities that you perform in?
That's what's so beautiful about Chicago, is normally I would go to a different city every night, and you don't see anything except maybe the hotel and the arena. And here, you know, you get to actually be a place for a week, 2 weeks here in Birmingham. And so you get to experience.
Will you be wandering around Birmingham?
I'll be wandering the streets.
So your fans
So
will
if
be
you
able to
see me in
pounce
trouble,
on you.
would you come pick me up, take me back to the theater where I belong, the Hippodrome,
I would take you on a
do the
personal
show.
guided tour of Birmingham if
Well,
you
thank
so
you.
wish. It'd be my absolute pleasure.
But it's such a pleasure to be over in this country. I love this country. People are so friendly to me, and you know, we don't deserve it, but we've had such amazing, I call them friends, people call them fans, but they're the reason why we've been able to do and enjoy such an amazing career
and
for
you
so
don't
long.
mind being away from home for so long because you won't see your family for.
Well, my family comes over all the time. They love it here. And I guess, you know, I can be happy anywhere, but it's fun to feel welcomed as we do.
Now you've got 4 children, Jimmy, haven't you?
I do.
You have got so many strings to your bow. Do you think they're going to follow in any one of your footsteps in any direction?
I don't know. You know, it's a different world now than it used to be. In our time, there was only a few stations. There was only, you know, so much attention was given to bands like ours and the Jacksons and others at the time that nowadays, you know, it's a hard go for a kid to try to get exposure unless you're discovered on one of these reality shows. But we did it together. And you know, if my kids do want to get in show business, I'll be there for them. But it's a rough go this time.
You won't put them off, though.
Never.
No.
No, and I think it really builds your self-esteem to develop a love for music and the ability to play an instrument or, you know, push yourself that way. I think it's nice.
You've been performing since you were 3,
Mm-hmm.
and you still hadn't realised one ambition until this year, wasn't that? Was to play in the West End?
Yes, I always wanted to play in the West End. You know, it's funny, in America, in New York, we always think, oh, you know, the West End is it. And it's vice versa for you guys sometimes.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just a thrill to be in Greece. I was Teen Angel. It wasn't a hard part, but it was very cool. And
Great fun.
they put my face all over those buses, the double-decker buses, and I felt quite posh for about, you know, a few weeks while I was there. But
Well, your face is all over Chicago posters now, all across the city as well. So
It's
you,
great
you
fun.
know, across Birmingham. Have you got any more ambitions that you haven't achieved yet that you think, I'd actually like to do that next? Anything else? That
No, you know, I think I could honestly stop today and be totally fulfilled. I hope for more opportunities, especially in theater. I think it's an area that's new to me. I've been in other musicals. I started in Joseph. I did it for a couple years in America. And then my brother Donnie did it very successfully as well. But, you know, I love musical theater. To me, it encompasses everything. It encompasses acting, encompasses your ability to perform, to move on stage, and to have that immediate reaction with the audience. It's the ultimate.
Talking about reaction with the audience, talking reality TV now. Let's talk about that.
Oh, no, don't.
Oh, I'm afraid I've got to, because I was glued to you when you were in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, of course. That was a couple of years ago now, but some of the trials, what on earth made you do it in the first place?
Well, I think ignorance is bliss because I really didn't know much about it. You know, I'd seen the odd trailer of the commercial of what the show was, and I thought, oh, that'll be fun. And I thought, I'll be voted off first because I'm the foreigner.
Oh, no,
and
no.
so they took me and my little family and put us at the Versace, and we all felt really great. And I thought I'd get voted off and then would have a nice vacation. It didn't work out that way. I was in there the whole time.
They loved you.
It was great fun.
It was great.
But you forget about that the cameras are there, because I was lucky. It was the year that we all got along. It was the highest rated year too.
It was the best.
And
yeah,
it was fun. It was nice. And I still have friendships that I made in there today.
But some of the trials, I mean, when you were up and down those blimmin' ropes in the,
Yeah,
the jungle.
tight wire walking,
the high wire
you name
thing.
it.
What
But
was
it was
that
cool.
like? Did you think, oh, God, not me, no?
No, you know, it was fun. It
Was
got your
it?
blood going. And, you know, those are things you'd never do unless you were in that setting. And, you know, I have since done other shows that are that kind of format. And it's fun. I enjoyed it. And I think that's why I went in there without trying to sell anything. I went in there because I wanted that life experience.
And you definitely got an experience.
I definitely got it. I'm never going camping again. But it was a good experience. It really was.
Well, I've got to ask you, the bug eating trials were things that everybody talks about, aren't they? And I'm Celebrity. Did you get to do the bug eating?
I
thing?
didn't. I wanted to. But you know what's funny is sometimes they ask you to come back and be a commentator.
Yeah.
So I did that, and finally I got to eat bugs.